Val's making her way in the cage. Let's get this co-main event underway.
Both ladies with some nice hair. Always a fan of some cornrows.
The following contest, brought to you by TeNunaLawFirm.com, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury FC at a catchweight of 120 pounds, and it is your co-main event of the evening. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, and she weighed in officially at 119.2 pounds. Fighting out of Durban, South Africa, her professional record stands at 2 wins, only 1 defeat. Here is the Smiley Savage, Ceileigh Niedermayr. And introducing her opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet 5 inches tall, and she weighed in officially at 121.6 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, her professional record stands at 4 wins, 4 losses. Here is Malika Valerie Soto. Your referee in charge of the action, JJ Ferraro.
Co-main event of the evening. One more to our main event.
I might be a little biased, but I've been looking forward to this fight all night. Always love when the ladies step in the cage.
I was going to say, I wonder why.
Yeah, Ceileigh went, I think, 7-1 as an amateur. If I'm not mistaken, all but 2 fights went the distance, so she's got a lot of cage time.
Yeah, this is another situation where don't let the 4-4 record fool you for Val. You know, she's very high level. She trains with, you know, Main Street, very high level gym, and great coaches, great training partners. So it's going to be a good scrap. I'm really excited to see this.
Yeah, Val's been really active inside the cage. That really does play a big factor. The more comfortable you can get in there, the better. Val getting a lot of good work out of that lead elbow frame. Just making it gritty and physical. Val looking for that body lock trip.
Take your time, keep on it. Keep those elbows tight, the body lock tight. You got a lot of time, Val. We're moving in.
I was actually at Val's last fight in Dallas. I was supposed to be fighting that night, but ended up getting to have a great seat and watch some great fights instead. And her grappling was actually a large part of what led to the victory. She ended up in this awkward position where she was almost backward instead of in a mount, like the opposite direction. And she ended up in that same position twice. It was very interesting.
Yeah, her fight before that one, the 2 ladies just stood for 15 minutes and banged it out. That was at that tech port in Richmond, which was just a night of violence. Go back and watch that Fury broadcast.
Which one was that?
Man, I'm trying to think of the main event, but Emmy Prelims Pro main card, that Austin O'Connor made his debut on that card, but there were just some violent finishes.
Okay.
That's when Tonio got that crazy head kick KO.
Yes.
I mean, it was just one of those nights, man. Paris Moran was able to head nod choke Freddie for the title. Just a good night of fights. So one of the
the ear tape fell off, I think.
I was wondering what that was.
They don't last that long.
I was like, surely that wasn't a tooth.
If you ever have gauges in your ears, you got to take them out and then tape them up to make sure that lobe doesn't rip open. I know.
How does the tape ever stay?
I mean, Anthony Hernandez in the UFC, he makes it work every time. And he's on like a several fight winning streak, so I mean, I would like to think so. I talked to a guy once at a jiu-jitsu tournament. I was like, "Hey man, how does that not rip?" And he took his tape off. He's like, "It did rip." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, it was disconnected." So
you're like, "Ew."
And Val, she's won plenty of fights where naked chokes. If she can make that angle just a little sharper and get behind Ceileigh, I mean, she could lock this bad boy up standing. Notice she's got that left hand on Ceileigh's wrist. I like that left arm of Val. She's trapping the right arm of Ceileigh.
To Ceileigh's credit, she's done a good job keeping it on the feet.
Yeah. Val just seems to be kind of big sistering Ceileigh here. I don't think I've ever used that term before. Big sister. But she's just really hanging on her, throwing her out of the clinch, trapping the arm.
Way to get back up by Ceileigh.
Nice trip there from Val. Good balance there though from Ceileigh.
We have 40 seconds now. Watch the elbow, watch the spin, watch the spin.
Now Val's got that full back exposure.
Pressure.
Ceileigh's looking to turn in.
Standing? Nope. Good defense. Good defense by Ceileigh.
Every once in a while, you'll see a standing head and arm choke. Matt Riddle one time pulled one off in the UFC. Every once in a while, you'll see that technique pull off. Val just dragging on her, hanging on her. It's kind of how Val's last fight went too. You know, not the most action in the first, but really wore her opponent down, found the finish in the second, getting the job done.
Very, very gritty first round by Val.
Yeah, I think that was a pretty easy Val Soto round. She was the one initiating the engagements, looking for takedowns, looking for the clinch strikes.
Let's see how Ceileigh adjusts in the second.
There might be a little bit of a strength discrepancy as well. You know, Ceileigh seems to be very athletic and good at staying on her feet, but you can definitely tell that the power, you know, that Val has, it's hard for her to break out of that.
Yeah.
Knowing you lost the first almost gives you a sense of urgency, like, I just lost the first, I have to win the second.
Yeah.
Because if you don't win the second, then you have to get a knockout at that
finish
point.
in the third, that's right.
Yeah. And especially since most of her fights have gone the distance, definitely don't want to bank on that. It is always good though to get out of the first round without any like real damage. So neither one of them has seemed other than just wear and tear from the gas tank.
Nice good jab there from Val.
This is what Ceileigh's gonna have to do. She's just gonna have to throw combinations and stay off the fence. Use her length, use her long arms and long legs and stay long.
I was about to say her legs just look very, very long compared to Val's.
Man, there's some blood coming out of the nose there. Ceileigh, that was from a stiff jab from Val right in the opening moments of the round.
Ceileigh seems to be really focused on finding the head, but with Val's stance, it's almost like there's some opportunity to find some body shots in there as well.
Just bring your feet a little more, Val.
Nice, good sit down on the right hand, that's right.
Caught her, she was throwing that kick. That right hand lands, almost the best defense. Oh, good left high kick by Val.
Stiff jab again from Soto. Man, big right hand there from Val Soto. Ceileigh won't be able to take too many of these strikes.
keeps finding its target.
She's hard committing to it too, is Val.
Val's finding her range, and she's landing at a very high clip right now.
Which Kayleigh's landing too, but it doesn't seem to be affecting Val the way that Val's shots are affecting Kayleigh's.
Yeah, Val has a real sit down, especially on that right hand.
Great, that's just a great entry from Val.
Oh man.
Throw a punch, get to the legs, get to the back.
Kayleigh needs to turn here.
There's a lot of time left for her to find this finish.
These are good ground strikes. One kind of motto that I try to live by when I'm on someone's back is prioritize the bottom hook. If you can keep that bottom hook in a really strong position, losing the back take's likely not going to happen. And you see Kayleigh is trying to rotate, make that bottom hook shallow, but man, Val with a beautiful adjustment of position.
Right, to get that body hook.
Lost
Because
that.
it's always hard to finish when you're laying on your back and someone's laying on top of you. It makes it difficult for you to find that finish just because they got all their weight on you. So for her getting that body triangle gives her a better position. Now she's sitting up a little bit. She has more strength and she can do more ground and pound and then find the choke if she can. Now she's on top. This is where you ideally want to be.
Yeah, this is worst of the worst. Back takes worse position, flat out, even worse. I mean, this ref, it's like he wants to stop the fight.
Yeah, you want to let the fighters fight. Kayleigh's moving. She's going left and right.
Yeah, I was going to say Kayleigh cannot settle, and she has not. Kayleigh's done a good job keeping her wits about her, but I mean, I think that fight was dangerously close to being stopped a couple of times, strictly from positional dominance. Val's done a great job really implementing her game plan and will in this fight.
That body triangle.
Very dominant round. Even more dominant than the first. The first he won hands down, but this was more dominant in the back with the damage that was done. The takedown that she got, her position that she had. That was a very easy round for Val.
Val was definitely dominating on the feet as well as on the ground that round. It looks like Kayleigh's going to need a finish.
So, I mean, yeah, Val Soto's corner has to be happy. I think they're going to tell her a lot of the same. Use your 1-2. If you guys end up crashing, you hit the body lock action, look for the back. But for Kayleigh, I mean, I think their corner telling her you got to find a finish. I just don't know where that's going to potentially come from.
I have no idea, but she is going to have to find it if she wants to win this fight for sure.
That's right.
You know, sometimes puts the opposition, you know, Val, who's up 2 rounds, you don't want to get caught. It almost makes you, sometimes for some fighters, fight a little cautious.
Yeah.
They don't want to put that more pressure because like, oh, I cannot get caught. You know, and it almost gets them off their game. It's almost better just to keep fighting how you're fighting, and then the rest will play out how it does.
Yeah, change nothing.
Exactly.
Fight like you're losing.
Just keep dominating and doing what you do best.
Yeah, with such a strong advantage on the ground, very intelligent for Val Soto to look to wrestle, get this fight back down to the mat. Maybe.
Absolutely. She almost got the finish, you know, on the ground. And it takes away from the danger of potentially being on the feet and, you know, a punch that you don't see landing. The ground gives you a little more comfort.
Yeah, about 12.5% of MMA fights are finished by rear naked choke. So about a quarter of fights are finished by submission, the other quarter knockouts or TKOs, and then half decisions. So of that quarter, 25% of submissions, 50% of those subs were naked chokes. Wow. Naked chokes are by far the most dominant submission in mixed martial arts.
And that is why it is the most taught defense in practice.
I think I saw somewhere that guillotine was the second.
Guillotine's usually second place, yeah, most years. One year, I forget what beat guillotines. I was so surprised. I'm a guillotine guy. And yeah, so top 3 submissions almost every year in the UFC. At least rear naked choke number 1, guillotine number 2. And then it's a mix between like front chokes, like Darce chokes, and arm bars and triangle chokes for like 3, 4, and 5.
Say when Ronda Rousey was in the UFC, it was probably arm bars.
She was pumping up those arm bar numbers. Yeah, that's right. All right, so Ceileigh with a reversal. She's in on a body lock now, but Val quick to pummel in.
Watch it down. Good base. Big sprinter stance. We're halfway through the round, Soto. Hey, take your right arm over top of your elbow on side. Beautiful turn. Head position. Yeah, keep dropping it.
The referee let the ladies know to get some action going as they break away. Bit of a crash. As Val gets that duck under again. She's got some strong back exposure. Looks to boot the base away. Laces to the Achilles. I like that base boot. That's a fun takedown. Scoops the leg out. She's on the back again as Val. She's going to be hunting that rear naked choke. With Val's right hand controlling the defending arm there of Ceileigh. 90 seconds left. Plenty of time to sink those hooks in and find the choke. There's the hooks. Choking arm is looking for a home. You see Ceileigh's left arm is grabbing the supporting arm there of Val. Full mount now is Val Soto. Oh, nice elbows.
Oh, deadly elbows. Deadly elbows.
Curious if Val looks for the armbar. It'd be bold.
Nice little hammer fist.
Just knocks up a Kimura grip. I think she's just looking to get that hand out of the way so she can punch her.
Yeah, I think she's just trying to get openings so she can land some shots a little more clean.
40 seconds left.
Ceileigh could just tripod up. Val's a little bit high.
And Ceileigh grabbing the wrist of Soto. Trying to mitigate as much damage as possible. His nose is bleeding again. Seconds. Ceileigh really just hand fighting here.
Very dominant performance by Val.
Absolutely. Against the prospect. Alright, this fight comes to an end. Not official yet, but it looks like Val Soto's gonna upgrade that record to 5 wins now as a pro. This has been a very good year for her. Very active.
2-fight win streak. It's always good to end the year with a couple wins.
Of course. It's good to begin the year with a couple wins. Couple wins always good. I'll take a couple wins any day. Do you have a time frame on when you're going to be stepping back in the Fury cage?
So I was actually supposed to ideally be in the cage tonight, but right now we're looking at February 21st. That's when we're back in San Antonio.
Okay,
so
fantastic.
We've agreed to a couple different opponents. We'll see which one sticks.
Sure. Cool. And then Mike, I know you're going back December 15th.
I will be back December 15th for Fury 99. So facing Dorian Ramos is going to be a good fight. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to scrap and just move to the world that I'm ready, or prove to the big guys, really, prove to the UFC that I'm ready to go, that I'm ready to step up on any time, any short notice. And I was ready in November, didn't get the call, so I need to stay active. I think staying active in this game is essential for us to develop as fighters.
100%. And if you guys want to see the 1-2 combination thrown to absolute perfection, go watch any of Aswell's fights.
So that means you're in camp right now?
Down the pipe.
All right, I won't tell your coach that you're over here eating candy then.
No, that was a gift for the table.
Yeah.
The bag's been sitting right in front of you the whole time, though.
All right, we got the official decision. Here's Wayne.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for your decision. Brought to you by TenunaLawFirm.com. All 3 judges score the fight 30-27, declaring a winner by unanimous decision, Malika Valerie Soto.
Congratulations to Val Soto.
Makes it 5-0 for Main Street tonight.
Hey, man, good for that team. All right, we have our main event on deck. Prepare for some high-level undefeated prospects. This featherweight.